thank you for joining me. I have been requested by several people to do an instructional video on my yoga flow. I've been recording time lapses and sharing those for many years, but very rarely do I get on here with instructions. So thank you for taking your time today to get on the mat with me and show your body some love. We want to start in a seated position, cross legs, spine nice and tall, shoulders drawn back and open, hands together in front of the heart, taking a deep breath, and taking this moment to thank Creator for this beautiful day of life, for the miracle that is being alive, being able to breathe this air, having an able body with all my senses working. After a few centering breaths, we are going to come onto all fours, placing the hands on the mat directly below the shoulders, and the knees and the hips are stacked and aligned, and we're going to look up. Inhaling, the toes are tucked, your toes are touching the mat. And on the exhale, untucking the toes, tops of your feet are on the mat, your back is rounding, you are looking in towards your navel. On the next inhale, tucking the toes, looking up again. And while you're in these positions, going from what they call cat and cow, feel free to take any movement that your body is calling for. At the end and beginning of the day, you are your best teacher. I can give you guidance, I can give you suggestions, but ultimately your body knows what you need best, and I am here to help guide you to that voice so you may listen to your body. And when you're ready, we're going to make our way down into a child's position. The toes are touching, the knees are a little bit wider, the chest is sinking into the floor with each breath, reaching forward with the hands. And as you're breathing deeply, imagine sending that oxygen to the points in your body which you may feel tightness, whether it's the shoulders, whether it's the hips, whether it's the spine. Direct your oxygen to that place and allow your body to fill up that space. And as you exhale, letting go of any blocks or tension, letting go of all the energy that does not belong to you and does not serve you. And slowly, we are going to ground the hands, shift our weight forward, dropping the hips, looking up. And from here, we can look over each shoulder, getting a small twist. And from here, coming back to a tabletop, tucking the toes, getting ready to push up into down dog. From here, the goal is to ground your feet, but most people are really tight in their hamstrings, so they can't get their heels all the way to the ground. That's okay. Wherever you're at is perfect, as long as you're breathing deeply into that tension. You can walk it out here, bending one knee at a time. And then from here, we're going to center that left foot with the spine, with the body, and that center line, right? And we're getting ready to raise the right foot up, into a three-legged dog. And bending the knee, making circles here, slow. Oh yeah, in both directions. I encourage you to make noises during your practice. I think silliness is sacred, and by allowing yourself to make noise and express, it can be very healing. We're just gonna get a counter stretch in the wrists here real quick by flipping the palms facing up just for a few seconds. And then from here, we're going to push back up into a down dog for a three-legged dog on the other side, centering the right foot on the center line and extending the left leg up. The hips are open to the side and bending the knee, making circles. Imagine you're drawing a circle with your kneecap as big as you can, and then in both directions. Oh. And straightening the leg, bringing that foot forward, up and through the hands. We're just gonna rest on our thigh here really quick. Our back foot is up. We are facing forward. Our hips are square. And from here, if you can, straighten both those legs for a triangle pose. And if you're not that open, you can put your hand on your shin. You can even put your hand on your thigh. What we really want, the goal here, is the straight spine and the hips. That's where you're bending from. You're not bending like this. You really want that spine nice and straight, and we're bending from the hips. So wherever you are there with the straight legs, that's where you want to breathe. That's where you want to breathe into. But if you're more open and you can reach the ground, I highly suggest that. And from here, grounding the right hand, bending the left knee, opening up towards the left. Maybe making some circles with the wrist here. And when you're ready, bringing that left foot back, bringing that right foot forward, turning the back toes out, opening to the side. Ooh, yeah. And again, straightening that front leg, opening to the side for a triangle pose wherever you're at, whether it's here or all the way to the ground. The goal is a straight spine. We don't want to be bent over like this. We really want the spine engaged, the core engaged. You're opening, the shoulders are stacked. And then when you're ready, grounding that left hand, turning the back toes, opening towards the opposite side. You'll feel this in your glutes and your quads a lot. So in that same breathing technique, imagine sending your air to that point on your body, breathing deeply into those muscles. Now, if you're ready, we can drop that back knee and straighten the front leg. Oh. And then shifting your weight forward. In this lunge, your back foot is untucked. Your top of your foot is on the mat. You want to be sure that your knee doesn't pass your ankle here. So we're shifting our weight up and into our hips. The back is arched. We can open the chest for a deeper stretch, or if you need support here, you can have your hands on the ground as well. And from here, just bring that leg around for a tabletop, and we're gonna swap legs. Bringing that leg this lunge here. Taking a nice few deep breaths in this position, and when you're ready, straightening that leg. And then we're going to come into a wide child's pose here. So toes are touching in the back, but the knees are a little bit wider than the mat. And from here, whatever movement you may need to get through your body, like I said, each practice is unique to your own body and what it's calling for in this present moment. And when you're ready, just walking yourself forward, keeping that back nice and flat. That is our goal here. We don't want to round over like this. You really want the chest open, the spine straight, and we're going to walk ourselves slowly as we breathe, melting into the floor, allowing that chest to sink into the ground. And we're going to breathe here for a few minutes. We also strongly encourage using your voice during your meditation practice, during your moving meditation. The breath and the sound are just as important as the movements, or the stillness in this case. The sounds come when I'm still. It is a form of breath work, holding notes, singing for as long as you can. So we strongly recommend in your yoga practice, in your practice, that you allow the sounds to come through and challenge your breath. So from here, bringing the hands, pushing yourself up, we're going to come back into a tabletop position, stacking the knees and the hips and the arms and the wrists. And from here, opening the right arm to the side and threading it through, placing the shoulder on the ground, keeping that left hip back. You want to make sure you don't twist around. You really want to keep it pushed down to give yourself a nice twist and elongation of the spine. And from here, also you can have the back relaxed, if you will. You can go more into a child's pose, but if it's more comfortable to keep the bottom raised, if you'd like to make this even deeper, You can take the left arm and wrap it around and grab your right thigh. Oh, yeah. And relaxing, bring back to center. Giving a nice little arch in the back. Reset. And from here, grounding the right hand, opening the left arm up to the side and threading it through, shoulder on the ground. Oh, variation 1, making sure you're keeping that right hip back. Yeah. Or if you'd like to go even deeper, bringing that right arm back and around, grab at your thigh. You can also challenge yourself here by tucking the toes and extending the right leg out. Using the right arm, you're using the left arm, pushing against the ground for balance, and also the right arm. And when you're ready, just coming back to a kneel position. So from here, we're going to bring the legs out in front. Pulling the flesh away from the bones, sitting up nice and tall. We're just going to reach forward, good old-fashioned toe touch. If you can, take your 2 fingers and wrap them around your toes. And you can use your hands to pull yourself even deeper into the stretch. And when you're ready, we're going to come up, cross the right leg over the left, landing the ankle and the knee, getting the right arm on the inside of the right knee, placing the left hand behind you, and scoot forward. Left hand directly behind you, and we're going to push. Oh yeah, that was such a good crack. I hope you guys get a crack like that. Ooh. And relax. And again, straight. Look back. And when you're ready, we're going to do the other side. Right leg out front, left leg over the knee and the ankle are lined. And left hand here. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, incredible. All right, after those 2 juicy stretches, we're coming onto our backs, making our way nice and slowly just onto your back. Your feet are on the mat, knees are bent, allowing the body to recalibrate to the floor at this moment. Picking up the feet, hugging the knees into the chest. And I love to take some time during my moving meditation to express gratitude to my body and love to my body. Maybe a little kiss here and there. I love you. Thank you, self. Thank you, body. Thank you, knees. Thank you, toes. Thank you, ankles. Thank you, calves. Thank you. And just talk to yourself just for a few seconds longer. Tell yourself how much you love you. Your cells listen. And when you're ready, we're gonna go for those toes again with the 2 fingers. And this is called Happy Baby, I guess. So I'm bringing the knees into the armpits and just really trying to relax here. If you can, if you're super flexible, extend those legs, straighten them out. This is a great hip opener, and you know, it can be good for other things that you might like to do in your life. And bending the knees again if you're extended, bringing the feet together. Give a little rock here and there, massaging the spine on the mat. And then when you're ready, we're gonna rock up. Oh yeah, just wait a sec. Give yourselves a little more lower back massage here. Bringing the knees forward and backward. And then when you're ready, grabbing onto your knees, like really grip onto them. And engage your core and rotate up into a seated position with the feet together again. And we're gonna do a couple butterfly flaps. And making some circles with the head here at your own pace. Sometimes the slower the better. Don't forget to go in both directions. Okay. Now let's do a little inversion. It's spicy, but not that spicy. So it's called a shoulder stand. We're gonna just go back right down to the ground. Shoulders back and open. Legs straight up in the air. Get ready for liftoff. Grab the butt. Raise up those hips. Stack those shoulders underneath you. And you wanna stack the hips and the shoulders. Ultimately, you can play around with your legs. You can open up. You can go straight behind, over the head. That's a deep stretch right there. Yeah. I've been working on hands-free shoulder stand, which is pretty difficult. Like this. Yeah. Okay, so from here, coming back down to a seated position and taking a nice deep breath. We're gonna place this right hand on our left knee and our left hand is gonna go behind. We're gonna get another little twist. And the other side. Rounding the spine. Pulling on the knees here. Giving yourself a nice stretch in the shoulders. Shifting the weight back forward. Turning the pelvis out. Opening the chest. Feeling how much more expanded and open you are after this short practice. Feeling free to continue this movement as your body directs you or come to a completion here. Thank you so much for joining me and for loving your body. I hope you have a wonderful day.